Sega has always been better than Nintendo. When you compare Nintendo to Sega, it's like comparing a dictator to the most for the people kind of guy. Sega is the one company that genuinely feels like your best friend. When a guy got cancer, guess what? Sega gave them a note. He helped his family out. Now, not he didn't help his family out, but he gave a note to him. What other company is doing that if it's not a PR move? Nobody. Sega didn't have to do that, but they did it because they obviously care about the individuals. The only company that I would ever compare to Sega has to be Relogic, because Relogic is one of the best game developers. I mean, one of the best companies ever. We love Relogic. Point is, when Nintendo Power World came out, right? What was the first thing Nintendo did? Oh my God, Power World has to go. We're patenting the creature capture genre. Nobody else can creature capture besides us. We need to get rid of Power World now. And I'll say this, if a game completely copied my game, I'll be mad too. But Power World took Pokemon and they made a good twist on it. Yes, it does have some animals that look like Pokemon. Yes, it does have some Pokemon elements in it, but it's also an original game and it's also something completely unique that they genuinely tried to build and love. And you trying to come over here and patent the creature captain genre just to get rid of Power World is the most Hitler thing that you can do. Why are you trying to go around here and communize the genre and become King Dick of the whole genre? It's not needed. And the problem is with that, you guys weren't even the people who created the genre. Shin Megami Tensei came out way before this. So if you're trying to patent the creature captain genre, how can you patent that if Shin Megami Tensei came out before Pokemon? You physically can, because if you patent it technically, then you're basically saying Shin Megami Tensei was wrong, and if Shin Megami Tensei did it before you, then you're an idiot. You're an idiot. I'm sorry. So, anyways, they're at war with Power World. Luckily, they lost, and they're not being able to patent the whole genre. Thank God. But if this was Nintendo and they were actually a kind individual, they could go up to Power World, they could start making deals with them, and they could make money. Now, Power World was just some bitch ass game, and he was over here just trying to take it off the market. Okay, why would you? Whatever, blah 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 blah. But Power is one of the biggest games on the market right now. It has an amazing community. It has built lots of friendships. So if you over here do collaborations with Power World, you get some Power World Pokemon from your next game. You obviously don't want it to look like a Power Pokemon, but you guys are starting to experiment with 3D games. We've seen this with Legends Arceus. We've seen this with Pokemon ZA. We're not just doing the old 2D formula anymore. So if you adding these Power World Pokemon, obviously you can't have them fully acting like Power World into your game, and you can have a collaboration with Nintendo and Power World. It will show that you are a for the people company. It will show that you support indie developers. It will show that you genuinely care about your community and anybody who supports the Pokemon catching franchise. But no, you gotta be King Dick and just slang your dick all around the table saying, oh my God, you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. When you weren't even the original franchiser of the Pokemon catching franchise. So how are you going around here and trying to slang your dick everywhere when you have no dick to slang? But if this was Sega, you'll be perfectly fine. You see, Sega has hired many indie game developers before. People have made Sonic games, and obviously, if you're marketing the Sonic game, they're going to take it down. You want to know why they're going to take it down? Because you're making money from the game. But well, no, not exactly that. Not exactly that. They've let some games that made money up before. But it's like when you're trying to make the franchise as your own, when you're trying to act like it's your original idea, that's when they usually take it down. But most of the time, they are allowing these original game developers to make their games and they're leaving it alone. And sometimes some people who make these games, some people who modded these games, they get connected by the Sega team and get hired so they can work on the next Sonic game. When has Nintendo ever done that? Sega is for the people. Sega will genuinely give you a job, give you some money if you show that you have potential to make a good Sonic type game. If Nintendo sees you trying to make a Mario game, if Nintendo tries to see you making a Pokemon game, they will grab a pike and ride you on it head to toe, genuinely slinging your meat in front of everybody's face for the world to see to make you as an example. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. And it really shows the difference in nature of these two companies. Even with Pokemon, if you guys played Roblox, right? There was a game on Roblox. It was called Pokemon Brick Bronze. Now, this game, it did not make that much money. Well, no, it did make some money, right? But it wasn't really intended to make money. The person who made that game was to bring the Pokemon atmosphere to Roblox. He wanted to share his love. He wanted to share his ideas with the game, with the story. Now, I would understand if it was a completely copy of, let's say, Pokemon Black, Pokemon White, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Green, right? If it was a complete copy of the game, for sure, right? I would take it down too. But the difference is it wasn't a copy of the game. It was completely unique. All the story was new. All the characters were new. There was no returning character from the actual Pokemon series. All the plot was new. The only similarity was the actual Pokemons. Yes, they had Pokemons in the game on the Roblox game. So then they were like, okay, we're taking it down because nobody else can have Pokemon besides us. And like no other game developer has done that. And we have a game called Shinobi Life 2 on Roblox. It is a Naruto game. Yes, it got copyrighted before, right? But even still, after it got copyrighted, they didn't have to take the game down. They were allowed to keep the game up. They just have to change the names, change some other things, and besides that, it was fine. When Roblox Pokemon sees other games doing that, they still go after the game. Pokemon Brick Bronze has came out over 7 different times under 7 different Discord servers that try to bring up the game from the dead, right? And even still, 30, no, like how long has Pokemon Brick Bronze been out? Like 10 years. 10 years later, Roblox is still having to spike and smite down all of these games because the Nintendo team wants to be a sack of shit and doesn't want the community to have an actual good game. People will see ROMs. When you see a ROM hack, well, not a ROM, yeah, ROM hack for a Pokemon mod, you know what Nintendo does? He tries to smite them dudes immediately. Some of my favorite ROMs got smited down by the Nintendo team. I don't even know that was allowed. Like I know original games, right, can be smited down, right? Obviously. But ROMs? Why are we smiting ROMs? What did they do? It's literally just an installation. What is the point of smiting a ROM? They're still gonna have to buy your game or buy an emulator. So it's like, okay, if they're buying an emulator, you're not making that much money. But if they're still buying your game before they install the ROM, then what's the point of you? We're getting off topic. And then you compare this dickhead to Sega, and you just see the difference. No, Nintendo beats on their community, doesn't want anybody making inspirational ideas, wants to completely patent the idea to themselves, and they still lose the lawsuit. And then we got Sega for the community, allows in games that want to install the spirit of Sonic and stuff, likes the community. And it's like, if you genuinely believe Nintendo is better than Sega, I fully believe that you support. Who? That's a crazy statement. You just support dictatorship. You support being brainwashed by the community. And we're not going to go into politics, but you support some presidents. I'm not talking about the current one, but some of them previous presidents that were genuinely a idiot. You probably support them too. I don't want to mess with you if you genuinely say Nintendo is better than Sega. And let's be honest, the games are better. The games are better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you guys didn't like Sonic and the Black Rings. I know a lot of you guys didn't like Sonic Unleashed. Now, who didn't like Sonic Unleashed? I know a lot of you guys didn't like Sonic and the Black Knight. But you have to admit, their games are actually fun. Who enjoyed Super Mario Bros? Now listen. The original Mario, Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3, you could buy off of the Wii. That was one of the best Mario games ever. I played that for years. I love that game, right? The Mario that you could buy on the Nintendo Switch, not Mario Odyssey. That game sucks. That game is peak. And Mario Kart, the franchise as a whole, has been peak too. The last 2 Mario Kart games has, kind of been ass, and it has been replaced by the Sega game. If you guys seen it, when the Sega game first came out versus Mario Kart, people weren't even buying the Mario Kart game. You want to know why? Not because the Sega game existed, but because the new Mario Kart was ass. So they were all still playing the old Mario Kart because the old Mario Kart was better than the new Mario Kart. And everybody swapped over to the Sega Mario Kart. I mean, the Sega Mario Kart, basically. Now, again, I'm not going to, if you want to say that Mario games are better, whatever, I fully believe Sonic games are better, but this isn't the point of this video. If you say as a community that the Nintendo community is better than the Sonic community, it's like you're just an idiot. The Sonic community, I mean, the Sega community is genuinely like YouTube, and the Nintendo community is like Reddit, Twitter, and all of the shitty apps you probably have on your phone. Instagram too. But all right, guys, we're done. We're done here. I don't really have anything else to say. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe. Um, By the way, Shadow has never been better than Sonic. I just want to add that in right now. Shadow, Silver, the only character that has ever been better than Sonic is Blaze. Blaze is the strongest in the verse. Blaze is the best character in all of the Sonic franchise. I don't care what anybody says. And to make it even better, Mario is a cuck. Mario is a cuck. Every single game, his girl gets stolen. Has that ever happened to Sonic? No. All the girls love Sonic. We have Blaze. Blaze was blushing over to Sonic in Sonic 09. Y'all remember that though? Blaze blushed to Sonic in Sonic 09. Look up the clip. We have Amy over here glazing Sonic every single. I don't understand why you didn't like Sonic 09. By the way. Sonic 09 was genuinely peak. I love that game. Amy's over here glazing Sonic every single second. Oh my God, she's a yandere. She's obsessive. She's crazy. Okay, you might say all of that, but at least his girl isn't getting stolen by Eggman every single game. At this point, I fully believe that this girl, Princess Peach, wants to be with Eggman. She wants that Eggman meat. There is no way that you have not put up the fences up your castle. Like, if it's the first time, right? Hypothetically, if you genuinely got stolen and kidnapped by the strongest man in the verse, which is Bowser. Okay, it makes sense. That's Bowser. You got snuck. It's whatever. So the first time you're like, okay. Now the second time you should obviously have defenses up because now that you know Bowser wanted your head, you're like, okay, I need to protect myself. I need to be better. There's no way that I'm gonna get caught again. And then you get caught again. It's like, okay, maybe you didn't think he would do it twice that soon. Like if he just did it, you didn't think it would come that. You thought he would have learned his lesson. It makes sense. Makes sense. But then the third time, and beyond, it's like you genuinely just want to get cracked. Like, it's okay, bro. If you want that Bowser meat, it's okay. But let's stop acting like you genuinely love Sonic. I mean, you genuinely love Mario. You don't love Mario. You and Mario will never get together. And Mario's head over heels for somebody who will never love him. He's a loser. Sonic will never be like that. Sonic be dismissing all the. Listen, I'm not promoting player activity, right? But Sonic got that oblivious Riz. Do people still say that? Is it Riz or Aura? I think they're saying Aura now. Sonic got that oblivious aura. He don't even be noticing that Amy be loving all on him like that, and he still be running. In Sonic X, he was risen up the human girls too. In Sonic 09, he risen up the princess of the whole world. But guess what? And Sonic in the Black Knight, he raised up a sword. He raised up Excalibur. He is the GOAT. He raises up somebody in every game. Every game where there's a female protagonist, he raises them up. Name one character that Mario has ever raised up. Mario is a fraud. He's a fraud. He genuinely will never do anything compared to the GOAT at all. You might say he's stronger. We don't care if he's stronger or not. He still has no game. He has no riz. He has no girls. He has no money. He has no paper. He has no cheddar at all. Like with Sonic, he has riz up over 10 to 20 princesses. He even saved the Degen in Sonic and the Secret Rings. Meaning if he wanted to, he could have millions of paper. If he wanted to, he could call up any of them princesses and be like, hey, hit my line. I need $10 million. What can Mario do? He's a plumber. He's broke. In the movie, he was broke. In the game, he is broke. He is always a broke bum. I hate Mario. But all right, guys. If you like this video, like, subscribe, hype it, comment. Goodbye, guys.